It's been a long break from YouTube. I think over 3 months at this point, and I don't really have an explanation for it. So yeah, sorry for that. But now I'm back and I'll try my best to stay consistent with making and uploading these videos. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel if you're interested in such type of content. With that out of the way, today I have the Galaxy A80 with the Android 11 update. So I've already made a full review of this phone. I'll link it in the description, so definitely watch it if you want to know everything about this phone. This video will be focusing on the Android 11 update and just how this device has held up generally for over 2 years of use. Hopefully answering the question that if you are looking to purchase a smartphone, should you yet consider Samsung's A80 even in 2021? So without further talking, let's get straight into it. Right from the start, I'll say that this phone is yet a great device to use. It has a great build quality, the regular Samsung metal and glass design, with a stunning edge-to-edge AMOLED panel on the front that sizes in at 6.7 inches and has a full HD plus resolution. Under the hood, we have the Snapdragon 730 CPU and the Adreno 618 GPU, paired with 8GB of RAM and 128GB of storage space. So yeah, this device can run pretty much any game at high graphics settings and provide very playable frame rates. It has a 3700 mAh battery that yet manages to get me just over a day of usage, which is actually good in my opinion. Plus it supports 25-watt charging, which isn't really considered fast, especially compared to today's standards, as we've seen 60 and even up to 120 watts of charging speeds on some devices. On top of that, the device doesn't support wireless charging and also doesn't have a headphone jack, which is a bummer. On the good side, however, we have an in-screen fingerprint scanner that works well, and of course not forgetting the motorized camera module that literally rotates towards the front. Again, more on that in the full review, where I've gone into the details and even provided short samples from the camera of the A80. Alright, so now let's talk about the Android 11 update. So this phone got the update earlier this year with Samsung's One UI 3.1 skin, which is apparently the same skin we see in the Note 20s and the S21 lineup, and it's a major overhaul to the user interface and features of this phone. I'll go as far as saying that the Android 11 update does add a couple more years of life to this phone, which is a great thing if you're looking to buy one this year. Getting to some of the key features, let's start with the lock screen. So there are a few changes in terms of how the lock screen looks, but nothing major. A feature that has been added is that now you can click on the time display and it takes you to this screen, which lists a bunch of widgets, including your schedule, music controls, your alarm, and weather information based on your location. You can also customize the widgets you see by clicking the settings button, which prompts you to unlock the phone, then gives you options to add or remove widgets from the lock screen. I think it's a pretty helpful feature once you set it up and get used to it. On unlocking the phone, we can have a look at the revamped notification panel, which is entirely different from what it was before. Now it has a semi-transparent background and fully rounded icons. The panel also changes between dark and light mode depending on what you want it to look like. There are also subtle changes in animations and the overall speed of the UI, which just makes using the phone that much more pleasant and satisfying. Even swiping right on the home screen, which reveals the Samsung free news service, has been made more smooth. Though I'll prefer my Google feed to be there instead, which currently is not possible, unless you install a launcher like the Pixel launcher. Moving to the camera app, we see a lot of added features like AR Doodle and portrait video, but the one that stood out to me was single take. So when you use single take, you tap the shutter button once to capture up to 10 seconds, and you'll get a variety of styles, angles, and formats created automatically, including maybe a short video or some animations, depending on what and how you capture. So basically, you're asking your phone to capture everything it can in those 10 seconds, then edit and provide you with all the photos and videos that the phone thinks are the best for you. This feature has been in other Samsung phones for quite some time now. Now it just rolls into the A80 with the Android 11 update. Moving on and going to the settings, first of all, the look has slightly changed from before, which has kind of become a trend throughout the user interface. Almost all the UI elements are slightly different, giving everything a more fresh and new look. And you'll easily notice it if you've been using the phone for some time before the software update. Anyway, if we go to call settings and click on answering and ending calls, we get the option to read the name of the caller aloud when the phone receives a phone call, which wasn't there before. Another feature is that now we can set any picture from our gallery to appear on the always on display and call background, which provides a lot of customization flexibility if you're into that. A feature that I did not expect to be added on this phone was edge panels. I thought that this feature was meant for phones with curved displays, so you can kind of swipe across the curve to bring up the edge panels. This phone has a flat screen, yet Samsung decided to add edge panels with the Android 11 update. Don't get me wrong, it's a great feature to have and I do use it myself, just not sure if they've been added to all Samsung devices with the new update. They're basically a bunch of pages that float over the screen on the side, things like a calculator, a compass, and some even allow you to take screenshots and create GIFs from whatever is going on your screen. They're also customizable by clicking on the settings icon where we can add, remove, and reorder them. You can also customize the handle with options like color, transparency, and even size. A neat feature implemented with the edge panels is multitasking. You can hold on and drag an app icon to the screen and place it either up, down, or in the center for a pop-up view of the app. This does make multitasking very easy to use rather than doing it from the recent applications list. To wrap up, there are so many other hidden features with this update. To be honest, I find new features almost every time I dive into the settings menu. Simple things like double tap to turn off the screen wasn't there before, and it makes the phone so much more convenient to use. The only downside I'd say I noticed is that there's no improvement in the battery performance with the update. It's still the same and gives just over a day of normal usage. But I'm not disappointed. Overall, the Android 11 update paired with Samsung's One UI 3.1 skin gives the A80 a breath of fresh air. And like I said, makes this already great phone usable for a couple more years to come. Well, that's it for this video. Do let me know about any other good features you noticed with this update in the comments below. I'll be very interested to pile up a few and then make a follow-up video about this. Also, be sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed this video. With that said, I'll see you guys very soon in the next one.